Sometimes the murky waters can be the most beautiful place for you. It's all about perspective. A lot of times, what you don't see is the problem. A lot of times, what you don't know is definitely the problem. A lot of times, the shark that's in the water isn't necessarily the issue. A lot of times, the water is the issue. See, the beauty of the murky water is this. When you're able to drain the swamp, so to speak, or get rid of the murky water, all the issues and all the dangers no longer have an environment that they can continue to swim in. So, what am I saying? I'm saying drain the swamp. Get rid of the murky water. Drain the swamp. So this is not a concept that I actually came up with. It was a very, very influential man in my life who did some business coaching with me early on in my career, right after I've received my master's degree. Wanted to get into health administration at a high level, and he asked me a question. He's from Texas. He said, "Michael, in a room full of alligators, what do you do?" I pondered long, hard. I said, "A room full of alligators? What do you mean?" "Yeah, Michael, when in a room full of alligators, what do you do?" We're talking about workflow and process. And he said, I was like, I'm not too sure. He said, "You drain the swamp." In that moment, I didn't know what he meant. It took me 4 years to really have understanding. I had a knowledge of it, but I didn't really understand it. So, what am I saying? When you think about the concept of draining the swamp, the alligators in swampy water have the advantage over you. What does that mean? Alligators, predatorially, only kill things, or will more likely kill you, in the water, in the murky water, for a couple of reasons. Number one, you don't know where they are. They know where you are. Number two, that swamp water, they actually swim extremely fast. And that's their natural habitat. They can travel on land, but on land they're slow because of how their bodies are built. So I use this analogy, especially with people who are going through things. Don't pour any water back into the swamp, because the alligators that are in the swamp will bite you. Number one, if you drain the swamp too, you will actually be able to see your issues head on. You will see the thing that's biting you. If you are in a swampy water and things continue to bite you, you'll be able to see it. So being able to actually see your issues, see the problem, is the most important part to draining the swamp, and why we should drain the swamp. If there's any swampy water in your life, drain it. Get rid of it. Make sure you identify your issues. Identify the things that are not going well for you. Identify the problem in your life. That requires a lot of work. Sometimes swampy water still can be about ankle high, but at least you can see the alligators, right? But once you get in over your head, you're dead. So, I leave you with this. When draining the swamp, always remember that it's not always going to last like this, as long as you don't put any water back in the swamp. Don't feed your issues. Acknowledge them, take them head on. Enjoy your day. Here's some motivation from Coach King. Hope you enjoyed it. Remember, drain the swamp. It'll save your life.